Why a good LGD looks lazy. Most people see a livestock guardian dog lying down and assume something is wrong. They think he's tired. They think he's bored. They think he's lazy. They expect a working dog to be moving, patrolling, checking fences, reacting to sounds. So when a dog does none of that, people start to worry. But that worry comes from a misunderstanding, because a good LGD doesn't look busy. A good LGD looks lazy, and that's not a flaw. That's the job working. People associate work with movement. If something is important, we expect motion, effort, visible activity. So when a dog is lying still for long periods of time, the human brain fills in the gap. He's not paying attention. He's not doing anything. He's not working. But that assumption is wrong, because stillness doesn't mean disengaged. It means filtered. A bad LGD reacts to everything, every sound, every movement, every change in the environment. That looks impressive at first. The dog is always up, always barking, always moving. But that kind of energy doesn't come from confidence. It comes from uncertainty. A dog that reacts constantly hasn't learned what matters yet, so he treats everything like it does. That's not protection, that's noise. A good LGD does the opposite. He ignores most of the environment. Wind doesn't matter, birds don't matter, familiar animals don't matter, routine movement doesn't matter. So he stays still, and to someone watching from the outside, that stillness looks like laziness, but it isn't. It's discrimination. This dog has already sorted the environment. He's decided what belongs, what's normal, what doesn't require action. So there's no reason to move. Movement costs energy, attention costs energy, reaction costs energy. A good LGD conserves all three, because when something does matter, there's no second chance. People expect guarding to look dramatic. They expect barking, posturing, motion. But the most important work an LGD does happens before any of that. It happens in the absence of action, in the moments where nothing happens because the dog didn't misread the situation. That's invisible work, and invisible work always gets mistaken for laziness. A dog lying down isn't off duty. He's positioned. He's chosen a spot with visibility. He's oriented toward open space. He's placed himself between livestock and access points. Those decisions don't look like work, but they are. They're just quiet. This is why experienced livestock owners value dogs that look boring, because boring means predictable. Predictable means stable. Stable means safe. A dog that's constantly moving is constantly making decisions. And the more decisions a dog makes, the more chances there are to make the wrong one. A good LGD avoids unnecessary decisions. He does less on purpose. People often confuse laziness with lack of drive, but drive without judgment is useless. A high-energy LGD that doesn't know when to not act creates problems. Chasing livestock, overbarking, leaving the herd, reacting to the wrong stimulus. Those dogs look busy, and they fail quietly. A calm, lazy LGD rarely makes those mistakes, because he isn't emotionally invested in every change. He's neutral. And neutrality is the foundation of reliability. This is where many owners accidentally create problems. They see the dog lying down too much. They worry he's not engaged, so they intervene. They encourage movement. They reward reaction. They stimulate behavior. And slowly the dog loses restraint, not all at once, quietly, until the dog that once ignored noise now reacts to it. That's when people say, He wasn't always like this, but he was, until restraint was trained out of him. A good LGD isn't conserving energy because he's tired. He's conserving energy because he's disciplined. He doesn't need to prove he's working. He only needs to be right when it matters. Most of the time, nothing happens. No predators appear. No threats escalate. No livestock panic. And a good LGD matches that reality. He stays still, because reacting to nothing is how mistakes are made. This is why a good LGD looks lazy to people who don't understand the job, because they expect activity. But the job isn't activity. The job is preventing the moment where activity becomes necessary. If your LGD spends long periods lying down, watching, ignoring routine movement, and staying calm, that's not laziness. That's success. You don't notice a good LGD because nothing goes wrong. And when nothing goes wrong, it looks like nothing is happening. But that's the highest level of work there is. So the next time you see your LGD lying still, doing nothing, remember this. He's not lazy. He's finished deciding. And as long as nothing crosses the line, nothing needs to happen at all.